Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. I'm relieved to get that restored, and I intend to start using it again. Also, I'm working on a brand new show that will premiere only on Twitter. That's the initial account where it'll occur. But the most exciting part is that I think this individual could be able to help us with the DAI scenario where they suspended his account. So I'm going to see if I can get in touch with Brad Kimes or someone else who knows DAI. And his case number is essential. This dumb person might be able to see it and give us a hand. I plan to get to work on it tonight. Let's check if it's possible to restore access to the digital asset investor's account. I'd like to discuss this recent thread by Rand Nooner. Simply said, he doesn't have everything wrong. However, I believe he has distorted the truth here. He questioned the general public's reaction to the SEC's decision to drop the Ripple case. In contrast to Brad and Chris, he is discussing the case. This simply means the SEC can file their appeal in a more timely fashion. This is also true. They can avoid a jury trial by going to trial without one. But if they're serious about appealing this ruling, it won't be a quick process and will take a long time. In my opinion, it would be best for everyone involved if the SEC could quickly and decisively secure as much financial losses as possible in connection with this case. Does what happened to Brad and Chris truly have any bearing on XRP? Investors? In a word, no. But wouldn't the SEC have to take a dim view of this if a big shot at the company had simply said, "There's nothing we can do with this case"? Appears unattractive. And it makes their efforts appear even more feeble overall? No, I inquired of Mark Fagan because he had foreseen the SEC's failure to win the initial court case against Brad and Chris and their subsequent attempts to withdraw from the case. When I questioned what they thought this meant for the lawsuit as a whole, they said they planned to appeal, and I can see why. If they have to concede that XRP is not a security on the secondary market, it may have a devastating effect on their efforts. We all know their goal is to gain sway in the secondary market by portraying legitimate transactions as illegal securities sales. So, that's going to be a challenging one. Now, one possible way out of this is that Judge Torres specifically mentioned XRP. These particulars, rather than crypto in general, are at play here. That's why it won't be enough to let the SEC escape a bad case and perhaps handle Ripple. However, Mark, who has been like Nostradamus in a lot of ways, believes that they will not resolve the matter as a whole. He was correct in his prediction that they would prevail in their case against the executive. There must be a play out, then. Perhaps Judge Torres conceded just enough to allow them to continue with their plans. I can't say. But I anticipate an appeal in this matter. Time is something I have in abundance. Because they aren't secondary market securities transactions, I anticipate a similar outcome, albeit with a stronger finding and appeals meant to establish precedent. Furthermore, I believe the judge made the right decision in this case, and I don't think anything she's ever appealed has been thrown out. To the best of my knowledge. The SEC's chances of succeeding are, therefore, low. But that is a problem for the distant future. Moreover, I anticipate that the next bull run will be well underway before this becomes a problem. Still, I'm curious as to whether or not you agree with me that we should have gone to trial. Personally, I would have liked to have heard him testify. Again, I think it's fine if the SEC loses money. I've been trying to prime everyone about the fact that this doesn't make someone good or bad, and nobody knows who's right or wrong. However, there is currently tension between Ripple and many of the developers and infrastructure administrators. This is now a game of tug-of-war. According to David Schwartz, the sole justification for opposing the AM amendment is a desire to slow the expansion of the XRP ledger. You could make the same argument with Ripple, where the hookset modification is being blocked from release. That seems like a somewhat ridiculous claim to make, but that is precisely the situation. There are programmers that prefer simple smart contracts so they can create dApps. We also have Ripple who is after AM. They are literally bumping into each other. As a result of each side insisting, "Hey, look, our way is the more important way," we have a tie. And, well, we'll just have to wait and see who triumphs in the end. Both are excellent in my book. They should not be separated. Can both of these functions be supported by the network? Without impeding efficiency or adding extra expenses, etc. I can't say. The inclusion of MNMS is, of course, high on my wish list because I find them to be an appealing element. But obviously, we'd like to avoid accounting issues. What I would advise you is as follows. Regarding my role as an investor, we are familiar with David Schwartz and his expertise. The independent development community is comprised of world-class individuals, such as We'd See Wins Richard and the XRP DL Bunny, and there are also many excellent developers working for Ripple. And a whole bunch more besides. Daniel is awesome. They are wonderful, and they will do what is best for this decentralized system. There are a lot of great people out here, both in charge of infrastructure and working independently on the XRP ledger. They may have a fight on their hands, but they'll make it through this. We're only seeing the beginnings of the growth pains. What happens next, exactly? Where does the XRP ledger go from here? What other kinds of features are being augmented here? When will we start paying attention to underscore? That's the point, really. And I think we'll get past it in the near future, perhaps within the next year. Next, we'll move on to the following phase, this upheaval in this area. It's a thrilling era. Try not to get too wrapped up in the spectacle. Leave it to the experts to figure out. In their field, they truly excel above all others. They will succeed because they will deliberate over their actions. They plan to put this to the test. Even if they may bicker amongst themselves, everyone on the XRP ledger is working toward a common goal. This is a fantastic post, however, it's not totally factual. The man said, well, Gavin Wood, he built Ethereum in a weekend and Polka, in 4 years. This was from a while ago, but it's still interesting to consider. Gavin Wood is a huge Hess fan, and I have no doubt that Polka will smash it on the forthcoming bull run. Leave a comment and tell me what you think. Please subscribe and like as always. See you in the next one, bye.